We're going on a little guided tour of Rievaulx. It's quite strange that there are many videos on YouTube of people who buy old do-a-rapper boats. Well, this is a do-a-rapper house. So these are there's the eastern part of the house, the front door, and it's all it looks rough cosmetically, but the house is basically sound. That television area I want taken down at some time, and I get a roofer to repair just a few tiles that are out of place. So this is Rievaulx, and the first thing I did was to fix this. We're going through the front door now, and so this is the kitchen, which is presently a workshop, and the fireplace. I've got an insert going in there on next weekend. A wardrobe that I bought from Rievaulx. I still need to finish assembling it. And this is the famous electrical installation. That's the old fuse box that's coming out, and then that's the main switch, and then the two terminals, the live and the neutral, and here are that's better from the point of view of light, and then these are the new circuit breakers with the differentials against any leakage of current. We still have to test the earth and do something about it if it's not quite right. These are the lighting circuits going into place. Broom cupboard. It looks very nasty in there. So this is the future library music room. I've got a big hole in the ceiling, but I didn't do that. It was somebody else who did that. But I'm going to have a hatch in part of that, and then do the rest up with some plywood or something like that. I bought these chandeliers also from Rievaulx very cheaply. So it's quite a pleasant room. The organ will go down at the far end, and then all the way along this wall will be my library, and then on this side where the stepladder is will be my office. And then this nice piece of furniture I also found at Rievaulx, which might be there or might find some other place to put it. I haven't decided just yet. So we've got loads of bits of wood and loads of things to work with. And then this is the staircase. This is yes, here we are. The camera is adjusting. The steps are very, very odd. I think it's been some botched job done here, and you've got to be pretty careful because this top part, I have to go to the top step and then I turn left, and that is a potential dangerous point, because if I step off from here, I end up in hospital. So now that's a bricked up fireplace that I'm going to remove the fireplace, and then I'll plaster that over, and that will be at the head of the bed once it's all nice and white. And I'm going to paint the wood. I've removed the wallpaper, the whole pile of wallpaper here, and then This is the bathroom. We've got water now. The loo works. We're hoping that the water heater works. Strangely enough, the water heater is just over the loo, but when I sit on the loo, my head just touches the bottom of the tank. But it's not as bad as one would imagine. The plumbing's just fine. I'm going to get rid of this curtain. I'm going to buy a new shower booth of some kind, and then I've got a little bed here that when the weather improves a little bit from February, March, I'll spend more nights here whilst I'm working to save me the 60 kilometres each day of commuting. This is the future chapel here. So that wallpaper will be coming off, and everything will be painted white. And another nice little chandelier that I bought from in-house. So that's already in place. It isn't working yet because we haven't installed all the lighting circuits, and we haven't even started with the socket circuits. But that's becoming, and that's behind the door. That's probably going to be where I'm going to hang up the albs and copes stuff. Then I'll put a curtain on the window, and this is the workshop. You can see the roof timbers right the way up here. That's the bottom part of the metal mast for the television aerial, which is coming down. So I don't watch television. I get film. I watch videos. I see the news on the internet, but television, it's a waste of time. So these panels here will be going up to hide all this insulation stuff that's all fallen all over the place. And then I'll put my benches up against here, and there'll be a circuit for several sockets for hand tools, for the circular saw, plane thicknesser, and all the other bits and pieces. I've got space for storage up here at the top. Of course, in the next days we're going to be going up here. We're going to be going up. There's very little light up here. You can see up to the roof timbers. There are three main stages where the load bearing wall is, and then at each end, and there's the chimney, but of course you can hardly see it with this. But anyway, this will be running the wires for the various circuits, and then I'll put some boards up here, and I'll be able to use up here for storage. So I've got plenty of storage. Let's get down the ladder without falling. Right, and then through the window here you can see my outbuilding, which I had originally intended to use as a workshop, but for the moment I can't get electricity to it. I'll have to look into that. That's going to be a second plan project. There's this thing here that looks like the gallows, but it's not for killing people with. It's something I made actually for dismantling an organ in London, and I lowered the soundboard from the gallery down to the floor so that I could get the soundboard to the van. And so I'm going to be using that here for hauling stuff up. As I said before, I have to work out how much of this I'm going to leave open and how much of it I'm going to close up. To do some calculations. So coming back into the future chapel, of course the altar will go at the bottom. It's not too bad for height wise. I'll use the same altar if I'm using in the other house, and it's all going to be painted white because otherwise it's quite oppressive with these with this stained wood. All wooden partitions. It's all 1930s. It's all 1930s stuff. The house would have been built in something like the late 19th century and then done up in the 1930s. With lots of clues indicate that time frame. Right, we're going to go downstairs, so we're going to go very carefully, and then down we go. And if you take care, it's safe enough. It's only dangerous if you don't pay attention. Got a paraffin heater there, and that gives decent working conditions. Not all the bulbs are working on the chandelier in the kitchen, but it's nicer than the strip light there was before. There's this nice fireplace. The green looks awfully sick. I'm going to paint it all white. I'm going to try to strip the fireplace and get it down to its original. I assume that it's built in stone. So I'm going to see if I can get it down to the stone. That'll be a lot nicer. Well, there's the kitchen. I think I'm going to try to do some kind of American kitchen of some kind. I'll have to use a lot of thought and design to do that. So, and then back to the electrical installation, which should be finished reasonably soon, and will cost me a lot less than originally envisaged with another contractor. So there we are, and this is the wardrobe will be here, and then I'm going to put in here. I'm going to put a Breton style box bed where the table is, which will be for guests. And if they come in the winter, they'll be nice and warm because they have the stove. The whole idea is this house will be heated from this one point, from this one stove, and the heat will just dissipate, go through the floor and to dissipate into the chapel and up the stairs, and that should be enough. Because there's never been radiators. This house is not insulated. It goes against all the modern dogmas. So it's going to be a wood stove, just like when I was in the Vendée.